How's the international break treated you over the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Good to have everyone back today. Yeah, it's good, different energy when everyone comes back. Yeah, so we can get cracking now. Yeah.
Talk us through those players that have been away and come back. We know about Anil Ahmedhodzic has picked up a knock. What's the kind of prognosis on that?
Yeah, well, he never went away. He never even went. So I seen that they released a statement saying he'd been injured, but we knew he was injured before. You know, we sent him for the scan after the Preston game. So I don't know why they're reporting on it. Obviously, we wouldn't have done us any favours. I'd have rather have you lot sitting here and thinking he was starting, but he is out. So they've given Birmingham that advantage, you know. And he didn't even travel with him. Didn't even go and see him. So yeah, that's a strange one. But yeah, so he's going to be out. Hopefully, settling down quickly. So hopefully, it won't be too long.
They reported about a month in total. So are you along the lines of that kind of timescale? Maybe another couple of weeks?
No, I want less than that. I don't listen. They've done well reporting a timescale when they've not even scanned him or anything, not even seen him. So,
in terms of the other players that have been away, have they all come back okay?
Yeah, obviously we've had Eags, George and Sander, but all played 2 lots of 90s and some good games as well. So they've not done really anything today. We've had everyone out on the grass, but yeah, just been getting everyone back together today and in a position tomorrow where we can see how everyone is.
Did you manage to see many of them in action over the last few weeks, either on TV or anything else?
Highlights. Everyone plays at the same time, don't they? So yeah, it's tough. Went to 21's game of the night, but it's only Reader played, obviously, and then as he came off, the others came on. Yeah, so yeah, it's tough keeping up and catching up with them all. I'm more bothered about looking how many minutes they've played, if they've come off, why have they come off, that type of thing.
So we were not too disappointed when the 3 England lads didn't start the other night?
No, because I would have liked to have seen them play. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen them play. Listen, I'm delighted Rian got his goals when he did against Italy and things, but yeah, I'd have liked to have been there, seen him get his 2 goals. But yeah, just how it's worked out.
It's big for him, that, isn't it? You know, he will need that Sheffield United goal as soon as possible this year, but to get a couple for England will give him a real boost. Yeah,
definitely, and he's buzzing with that. His finishing today has been top class. So yeah, we all know, I know we say it all the time, honestly, it's a matter of time with him. He's working hard, he's training hard, fully recovered from his injury in terms of, you know, this is probably the longest we've had him. Maybe he's been at Sheffield United, I'd have to look, but certainly in my time working with him, that consecutive period on the grass. So yeah, we're really pleased about that.
We obviously had a chat with Billy Sharp. We know he's come through the youth game that they played in the other night. There was Bogle and Davis as well.
Yeah.
Did they both come through that game okay?
Yeah, fine. So his plan was for Bill and Jaden to have 45 and Davo played the 90. Yeah, I think they could have done more. Bill would have wanted to do more, but I wouldn't have gained too much at the expense of that extra risk. You know, with the games coming up and the bodies we've got, it's good to know that they're fit and ready and available. Yeah, they'll keep getting fitter as the game goes on and they get more game time, but to have them back with the group is a big bonus.
So in terms of Bogle and Davis, are they now back available for selection, fit, you know,
Yeah.
or are they still building up?
Well, they're still building up, so they're not at the level. You can't expect Jaden with the length of time he's been out. He's had 2 weeks back training. He's worked extremely hard. The guys working with him have done great. He's really pleased where he is. We're pleased where he is, but yeah, he's not going to be at the levels he was when he just before he stopped playing last season. However, he is pain-free, which he wasn't last season. And he's shown enough to me in training and in that game that, yeah, if he's needed for some minutes, we'd use him.
And thinking from a defensive perspective primarily, is there anyone else that's kind of close to getting back?
No, it's just as is.
So with Anel being out for a little bit, is there a potential then for a change in formation or maybe looking at just how you're going to rejig things?
Yeah, we're going to have to change. We're going to have to change, whether that's personnel, whether that's shape. Yeah, we're going to have to change.
And is this kind of next 3, 4, 5 weeks, as other players do come back, about them forcing their way in? Because clearly the start to the season that you've had has been excellent, and it's still a case of shirts to lose, you'd imagine.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I think you have to be fair to everyone in that respect, that the players have done really well up to this point. And not just that, but in terms of, so 1 or 2 playing out of position, 1 or 2 playing carrying knocks where we would have probably moved them, but they've carried the fight and kept picking up points. So yeah, they're in pole position in terms of shirt. However, the fixtures are that mad, and to look after players, as players come back fit, they will get minutes, they will get game time, so there will be opportunity, like you say, to play your way in, and also play yourself to a position where, as and when the inevitable does happen, injuries, suspensions, that type of thing, that they can step up and earn that right as well.
Is there an even bigger target on your team's back now, given the start to the season that you've had?
I don't know. Listen, maybe the teams will build it up different. So Birmingham coming away from home to the top of the league, yeah, they probably do use it to try and prepare the week and paint a picture. Probably do, yeah. But in terms of us and how we've been playing, nothing really changes our focus and what we want to do.
Is it part and parcel of playing for a club like this that there's always expectations, irrespective of whether you're top of the table, second in the table, third, fourth?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But we're pleased where we are. We want to be here. 10 games in, it's not really anything we're thinking about. Ours is the performance, the level. Keep that consistency. Standards we expect, the same sort of messages, and while we're trying to improve, there's also things that we want to be non-negotiable on, and in terms of our standards, and I think that's what we have to just keep focusing on. So I think the consistency of performance over however many months, and I think it's a result of that, not worrying about any expectation, or it's just us and the standards we're setting ourselves.
Some thoughts on Birmingham. They had a pretty tough start to the season, but picked up 7 points from 9 going into this.
Yeah, and listen, I was at the Rotherham game where Rotherham beat them, and they're not the first team to come unstuck there, with the way Rotherham started and threat from set plays, and it was 2 set play goals, 1 second phase, but 2 set play goals. But certainly in the last 3 games, their organisation without the ball, they've added a bit more experience and got some players back in on loan. Threatened the counter with obviously Hogan constantly running behind, Deeney dropping off to supply. So they've kept clean sheets, been really tough to break down. I think we're going to have to be very patient. I think we're going to have to be really switched on to their counter attacks. And be willing be prepared for a really tough game.
Great opportunity for John Eustace, isn't it, over there? He served his apprenticeship at QPR and Ireland with a few other bits. For him to go in and get this in the Championship, he's big for a young coach.
Yeah, but he's got the experience in terms of coaching. It's not like he's come straight out of playing and taken over. I would have thought, in terms of the grass and the training and the games, I would have thought he'd be very comfortable there, because it's what he's used to and done a long time. Management side of it maybe a little bit different, but he's brought in Keith Downing with him, loads of experience as well, which looks a great appointment. And I think the structure of the club's changed a lot. Obviously Craig Gardner above now as director of football, if you like, and that change, but they've been the appointments of this group now from the club, so I would have thought everyone's clear on what the roles are and going in the same direction. So it is a good opportunity for John, and one, like I say, he's got his fingerprints on the team now. Looking at the last 3 games and the organisation point of view, that's done on the training ground. That's a coaching element.
I just found it, for me, fantastic start to the home season for you guys. I imagine that's just we need to keep that going as long as we can, because it's a real cornerstone of any season, isn't it, if you can have a really good home record. Yeah, keep it going. I say all the time, we don't get any more points home or away. We just want to win games, so every game will be the same in terms of we want to try and win it.
we have different challenges at home sometimes, definitely. And like I said, I think certainly this game we're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to be really switched on to them on the counter. Their first thought, their first pass being forward, Hogan running behind. Listen, I'm guessing, but preparing for everything, if you know what I mean. So yeah, we may have to be the ones trying to force the pace of the game, stop them slowing it down, these type of things. But I think one thing we have done well, and I said to the players just this morning, is we try and prepare for whatever may be thrown at us. So while I'm saying this thing, they may decide to come and step right against us and stop us playing and make it. Well, they know what we face that as well, and we know how we want to deal with that. So we prepare for everything, so we're not too one-dimensional. But I think at home we have to be prepared for teams to slow it down and make it difficult and try and frustrate. So that's been the message.